Allah who has given you your life, your food, your drink, your clothing, your sight, your smell, your health, your wealth, everything tells you just pray 5 times a day.
From the companions of Ibn Umar radiallahu ta'ala anhu, it was said about him, how have you reached this high level in the salah? And he said, what high level? A person always feels a state of humility when he's asked such a question. A quality you have, a trait you have. You do not go around acknowledging it. Yes, I do have this high level. Yes, this is how I reached it. You don't say this. So from humility is for you to ask. Istifsar. What do you mean? They said, when you enter into the prayer, you are overcome by tears. Your khushu' is witnessed from those who are looking at you. He said, I spent 20 years of my life perfecting the khushu' of the salah. And then he said, 20 years that came after, I reaped the rewards and I started to enjoy the salah. He said, even some of them, they would say, for example, when they're in the sufuf, how do you remain so still in the saf? You're not moving at all. You're only moving if it's an action of the prayer. He would say that I remembered the ayah of Allah, يَوْمَ يَقُومُ النَّاسُ لِرَبِّ الْعَالَمِينَ. The day where everybody will stand before Allah. I remember this ayah when I'm in the salah.
How many times has Allah provided for you? How many times have you been and I've been in a problem and Allah has taken care of us all this time? Why do you think that all of a sudden now Allah will not take care of you? In other words, whatever temptation comes to you from the front, if you and I can learn to be grateful for what we have and not go towards something more than what we need, not let our greed get in the way, not let our reliance of Allah go away, but be grateful He's taken care of me this far, why would He leave me now?
Human beings, we have this greed. وَمَنْ يُوقَ شُحَّ نَفْسِهِ فَأُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الْمُفْلِحُونَ. Allah says at the end of Surah At-Taghabun, He says, whoever can be protected from the deep greed they have inside of themselves, those are the people that have attained ultimate success. Greed isn't just about money. Greed is about what I want is the ultimate priority. And in any argument, any disagreement, any conflict, whether it's in the family or among friends and in business, I'm only concerned about what I want. And when that becomes my ultimate concern, then justice is no longer the concern. Maybe if I followed justice, I wouldn't get everything I want. I'd get 10% of what I want if I'm really being just, right? But human beings get so absorbed, you and I get so absorbed in what we want that we start seeing our wants as justified. And then we see everybody else and whatever else they're saying as unjustified.
Allah forgives, people don't forgive. People say, remember that thing you did? Yeah, but I apologize for that. Not enough, you didn't. You didn't apologize enough. You've only been apologizing for the last 10 years. I got another 30 years of mileage to go for that one thing you said. The only one whose forgiveness you should be trying to earn is Allah Azza wa Jal. With every other creation, if you messed up, if you ever said something wrong to your mother, or your father, or your husband, or your wife, or your brother, or your friend, you said something wrong to them, you did something wrong to them, you should go to them, you should apologize, sincerely apologize, and move on with your life. You don't keep going back and apologizing over and over and over and over again. The only one you have to keep going back to and keep apologizing over and over again is who? It's Allah Azza wa Jalla.
If you leave Allah and Allah leaves you, who's going to be there for you? Everything negative. Because Allah does not have one negative name in His 99 names. وَلِلَّهِ الْأَسْمَاءِ الْحُسْنَى. Not one name of Allah is negative and frightening. I advise all of my brothers and sisters never to give up hope in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Oh, Allah says, listen, I know you sinned, I know, but you're thinking that I'm that angry with you, but I'm not. You know, you've burdened yourself, you've overburdened yourself. أَسْرَفُوا عَلَىٰ أَنفُسِهِمْ. They exceeded too much, they went too extreme with themselves. Alright, I know that you've done lots of private haram things, you've done a few haram things out here, even major things, and you feel that you're never going to enter heaven, Jannah. لا تقنطوا من رحمة الله. Don't give up on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's mercy. إن الله يغفر الذنوب جميعا. Allah forgives all sins, everything. جميعا, all of it, all together. So the condition is come to me. Turn to me.
The greatest of planets put together every page of your book, every period of time and every period and comma, every punctual arrival, every time that you felt overwhelmed by the weight of the hand that you were dealt, every lesson that you learned, every blessing that you earned was crafted by His pen, written in the pages, secured before ages, before your name was known, before you had a dwelling and a place to call home, before you walked away as arrogant as you are, sinning with His blessings when He made you what you are.
And who knew there would be so many views and ways to explain that He's closer to you than your jugular vein? So if you complain that God must be cruel, can you give Allah all that He gives to you? From the breath that you breathe to the trees that you feed, from the eyes that you see to the seed that you eat. If I cut you, you bleed, then you heal magically. We're the illest machines manufactured for means. The concept's extreme, but this world is a dream. It's not what it seems, filled with lies and deceit. The proof is serene, so wake up, smell the deen. Praises be to He, His oneness supreme. Totally unique, in no need of sleep. Not like you or me, His greatness complete. No partners, no mates, no fathers, no sons, no discount 3 in 1. Just Allah Azza wa Jal. Even the birds sing His name, the Lord of all the worlds. Glory be to He, and to Allah is our My heroes never wore tights or appeared on cartoon channels. They had long beards and kept clothes above the ankles. No combing the streets like beasts at night looking for thieves. My heroes fought their egos and narrated a hadith. And some of my heroes were once bad guys too. Baby killers and highway robbers, if you only knew what they knew. Cause you gotta know a lie in order to recognize the truth. So what's the point of knowing truth if you can't back it up with proof? So to prove my heroes were united by a single point of view, why else would they choose to go against what their fathers used to do unless they knew that paradise was worth being abused? The best of views, if only you choose to walk a mile in their shoes. Oh, what I wouldn't do to kick it with Abdullah ibn Mas'ud. Listen to him recite the Quran, sad to go into ruku. Yeah, that would be cool. But me and Hamza, we would kick it old school. Joke about the Jahiliyyah, silly things they used to do. If I could pick my own crew, Salman al-Farsi would have to be in it. An honest seeker of truth. May Allah bless his spirit. Have tea with Juleybib, cookies with Anas ibn Malik. Anything to pick their brains and gain a better understanding. Could you imagine taking a class with Abdullah ibn Abbas? A scholar by the age of 10, just a boy amongst the men. And if I had one friend, it would be Abu Bakr as-Siddiq. Someone to hold you down and to really represent. When Sumayya held her chin to her killers, did she think we would name our little girls after her to teach them strength? And who cares about these rappers? We got Hassan ibn Thabit. Dude was sick with the flow. Can't believe you didn't know that Zayd was a slave who became one of praise. Lived the American dream when America was creed. Amr bin Khattab was a G. Held it down for this deed. A real Superman made the devils cross the street. And if I ever had beef, I would call up Khalid bin Walid. He was a ride or die homie amongst the cellar for Salihin. And if I just close my eyes, man, I could almost see Bilal amongst the cold morning breeze. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Who else do you know with a swagger that's blessed, the best and perfected, corrected the method? Medina state of mind coming straight out of Mecca. Champion companions, homeboys were go-getters, did it bigger and better, had followers before Twitter. The leader of leaders, Amir to believers, enjoyed all the good and forbade all the evil. My hero taught people that we were all equal. The best of examples outline what is legal forever. I'm grateful for all that he came for. May blessings and peace always reach to my mentor, my teacher, my brother, my hero, my prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam.
A reminder I need and you need in these times. At this time when they say Islam is the problem, the Ummah knows very well Quran, Islam is the only solution. solution. It's the only good thing. When we put our head down in front of Allah, in fear of Allah, in humility to Allah, you know what that means? That we don't bow before anybody else. That we're not afraid of anybody else. That we're not going to submit to anybody else. We're not going to feel pressure by anybody else. We don't accept the authority over us of anyone else. Nobody else will bully us. Nobody else will tell us what to do. We don't fear consequences of anybody else. The only fear we have is that of Allah. That's the point of salah. That's the purpose of you standing in front of Allah like that.